Hello and welcome to episode 25 of my IXION playthrough. We have weathered the storm. We're on the other side of the storm front now because the storm front has gone to the other side of us, basically. Whether or not it will stay on that side of us, we do not know, which means our priorities for today is to find the nearest planets that are on this kind, well, there's clearly one over here, any planets that are on this edge of this map. And get them explored first. We will probably make, or get the Tyquin to make its way over in this direction, but I would ideally like to not park on these. We also need to consider getting all of the resources that are in these bands here, because again, we don't know if this storm is going to do a 180 and come back yet. Because in spite of our significant scientific process, or progress, that we can traverse the stars, we apparently still can't monitor a weather force. Just even visually to say, okay, the weather force is heading this direction now, we can probably guess it's going to be here. That's my biggest problem with the storm front moving. One, it didn't warn us. Two, it doesn't tell you what triggers it. And three, it doesn't give you, like, it's going here next. Once again, the game punishes you heavily for failure, but then doesn't provide you with sufficient enough information to succeed on first playthrough, forcing you to lose hours of work. That's my issue with the way this game has been designed, predominantly. A lack of respect for the player's time, and expecting them to retry and play again when retry and play again is hours of work. People will just throw the game down and say, I can't be bothered, you're wasting my time. But anyway, that's what we need to be doing, to which end we need to start turning things on. What's our crew like over here? And if we turn that on, we want to turn that on and get that building, so between them that's 20. We can probably turn off this one now. It should be fine. It's probably going to put us a bit borderline later, but that's alright. These two are currently off. We're going to need one of them on. One other thing. Oh, balls. That's something I forgot to do. I forgot to get my my images up. 1 second. I need to load up my IXION info page because there's some redesigning that needs to be done. Well, it doesn't need to be done, but we're going to do. I need my paint window. I need to take a screenshot, and hopefully that doesn't break the recording. Sector 3, I have some adjustments to make. We're also going to put a fire station in every sector. We figured out a way that we can squeeze it in. I think there's modifications to Sector 4 as well. And then Sector 6 we don't have access to yet. Okay, now we can close this back down again. Let me get another paint window that I can paste that into. There we go. You come down here where I can just see the time and not much else, and you come up here. And if we need to, we can click them because that's the advantage of playing borderless Windows mode. Okay, so we'll quickly go over those changes before we actually start playing. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to put the fire station basically here in most places. Replacing these two gaps. So this will get moved over to here and the fire station will go there. In terms of these ones, we're either going to have to lose the population or take down these batteries. One of the two. Just to make things fit. I don't believe I had... Yeah, because I've not really redesigned any of this. So that's the plan. We may lose one of the batteries because as it happens... The fire station's basically 6x6, it fits in 2 of these. We could also just not have as many people in Sector 2 and Sector 5. But we'll see how that goes. And in here, that DLS center stays. The cryonic centers are going to be moved over here. This is going to get disassembled. These are going to get disassembled. One house is going to get moved here. And this is going to have a very weird road being cut off. But fortunately... the way that transit works in this, the fact that there is a long route around from around here all the way around to get here won't matter at all. So yeah, this will get moved up and over one to be in line with this, and then this one here will go, and we'll have two cryonic centers here, and that leaves the road there. And then on this side, it's mostly going to be, we're going to put the drone bay here, and then the alternate life centers go in here, and then housing. That's the plan. Okay. So let's unpause so that things can start moving. We also need to open that up, or turn that off for the time being, just because we don't have that much spare population in here. Let's start putting down where these fire stations are going to go. We want them pointing sideways out of here. That is the wrong type of housing. That one's still being repaired after the fire. Do we have sufficient enough? Yeah, we do. Do we have sufficient enough spare population that we can actually disassemble that now? That is already being deconstructed. Okay, we need this sector. It's not important alloys anyway. That is a problem for... Where are we going to put things for the time being? I suppose we can dump alloys in here temporarily. Because even after we deconstruct everything, we should end up using more than we had. Or we can just actually tell this thing exports to other sectors. Because there are other sectors that need it. Fire station would be going here, but since that's already there, we'll put it up here. We'll allow it to be built. That one can be deconstructed. Things are being moving around there. That's being moved over there, so this can be dismantled. That can also be dismantled. Ah, wait, no. There's a more significant restructuring going on in here. Looking at it. That's fine. That needs to be deconstructed, so we can put that over there. Cancel that. We actually want to dismantle all of this, because we're going to move these two up here. I think I need to work on this line first, because we're going to put a medium stockpile here. We know the mess hall will fit in over here first, so let's build a spare mess hall. No, we're going to need that for the dismantling we're currently doing. This is going to have scrap in it. We're actually going to put a nuclear power plant down here. That's one of the plans. The polymer refinery needs moving. Yeah, all of these are going to be shifted over slightly. For now, if I put that up here, we'll assign it to that. We do have a reasonable amount of spare population here, so we can play with things. We'll use this for food first so that we can start moving this along. Now, where was I going to put the polymer? I think I was going to put the polymer there, wasn't I? So let's... You're allowed to be hydrogen. Let's start moving this and turn this back on. Make sure nothing blows up or goes wrong. Okay. So that's all going. You should be auto building. You will auto build once we have things ready. This has a lot of extra power. Plasma cutter technology is done. The next thing we want is train station. Do I want to get
population transfer complete?
Do I want to get the nuclear power plant next? Or the drone bay? We're working on that sector first, so that is not what I meant to do. Pause for a second while I fix this. Train station, research, nuclear power plant, Q. 50 non-working crews have been moved to from Sector 4 to Sector 5. Because we had the space. Okay, with that gone, we can count as population. This one points downwards. Dismantle that. Dismantle that. Actually, no, I don't really want to be getting in new resources in a minute. Let's find the planets first. We'll worry about other things later. Okay, so this can come down. Let's kind of set to that now. We want to set it to food so we can move this first. And then we'll move the food back into it. Let's stop import of food. And import of waste? No, actually, yeah, let's stop import of waste just so that this can stay empty and we can dismantle it. Can we take down another one of those? We can. Although we need this to be gone first, so we'll let that be gone first. Yeah, let's put that way. You are going to hold that. Do I want you to hold that now, or do I want you to hold something else first? No, we can use this to hold metals. Turn that off and dismantle that. That over there is ready, so dismantle that. We can get started on moving the polymer refinery, but We need to...
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
The polymer refinery is basically just getting twisted around, is the plan. This sector's basically done. Auto build. Disable alloys here. No, we didn't. Okay, that's fine. Right. We want population. One there. Nope. One there. One there. Next one is going to go here, but we don't have the space for it yet. Let's take the road down, because other things are going there, and build the road across to there. Let's also temporarily pause these constructions. I didn't just turn them off, I did... No, I just turned them off, didn't I? These buildings want to be dismantled. We have an overabundance, in which case let's start using some of it. We have the extra circuits. Can we turn things on? Let's resume building of that. Actually, it's just so long as they dump the resources in, it doesn't matter whether or not they turn them on, because this isn't going to get its circuits. So if we tell them all of this to resume, then in theory, they can't receive their circuits, so they should just receive the metal. You're full and need to be output into somewhere. Basically the case everywhere at the minute. We need... okay, let's turn you off so that we can then, again, dump our alloys into these buildings. And same thing here, we'll turn that off so that we can dump alloys in. Resume, 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 resume. Do we have the workers for those? Yeah. We'll turn them off in a minute because this place isn't really stockpiling food currently. It's not making them fast enough. And same here, we can resume it, dump resources into it. And then up here, 2 more of these. Okay, that's gone. Food is slowly making its way over. You are outputting onto this road here, which is not what we want. I'm going to need to finish sorting out the food first. Okay, this side is mostly done. We do need to get the fire station dropped down. That points inwards because it gives it faster access to everywhere. That implies the remaining planets are over here. We have one, the most... Okay. We have one there. And there's one on the most extreme edge. There it is. Wait a second. I saw a red marker. This one here is closer to the storm front, so we should probably look to move over to there. 4.2 cycles. With everything I've told this thing to do, does it have... Do they all have 4.2? They do. They all have over 5 still. That's grand. Okay, Tyquin, get yourself over there. I just finished craft. Yeah, this is what weird. That says it's dangerous, but there's no storm front in the way. There you are. Okay, accident in the docking bay. Crew levels are fine. I mean, the crew levels in here are fine in general. That one doesn't want to be there either anymore. We have the crew, so we may as well get those built, because we are about to take down this one here as well. Which we should be able to without putting people homeless. The DLS center stays there. It's the thing that we're moving is the alternate life center, which we actually don't have yet. Okay, we have the space over here for this. I don't want to be spending the circuits just yet. Dumping the alloys helps. Okay. You are accepting alloys, aren't you?
A probe has completed its scan.
Yep. Let's get ourselves some more ice. Our ice storage is getting low. Actually, can we, can I stop you, please? Can you all not mine anything yet? Because having my storage mostly empty is going to allow me to finish actually moving things around. Because now that this and this is empty, we can load all our carbon into it to allow us to get everything else in position. One doesn't actually want to be carbon, that one's going to be circuits. Let's turn that one off, that one on. Actually no, change of plan. You keep those. change that. That was silly of me. I want to disassemble these two. And I want to keep that one as circuits. Yes, it means that this thing is not really going to be nice and even, but the thing is the circuits are the things we need the least, and they have the least distance to go. And since we're now cutting this off, whatever we store in here is slightly longer to get to the processing facility. Although we are going to be building a drone bay in here. So in the grand scheme of things, it may not matter at all. But we're going to put the silicon here and we'll put the carbon here.
A probe has completed its scan.
More ice, more hydrogen. Hydrogen's good because we are going to start using it. Can we get both of them? We can. And that one there will be silicon once everything is all said and done. Oh, good, this bit's done. Let's pause it for a second while I get this sorted. That there will be food. That there will no longer be food. And then we put a load in here. That will be the mess hall, the actual location of the mess hall. Now let's quickly tab over to this layout. Then these two want to be replaced with a medium stockpile. And then this road wants to be removed, as will this one. And they will both point upwards. And then this gets moved over by one. This one up here is probably going to be our storage for waste eventually. Pause it, but resume construction. Actually, no, power it off, but resume construction. Same over here. Okay. Right, they've gone down. That's being deconstructed. This works by removing those 3 there and then those 5 there. And then we put the domicile quarters there. And we can have the other Chronic Center there. And we have a road here. Now why did I do it that way? Oh yeah, because the short route is here. So it doesn't really matter how that gets cut off. Okay, that bit's done. Maintenance. This goes in there. That becomes the actual storage for carbon. Why are they not pulling out of here? Presumably because it's not been told to dismantle it yet. So yeah, that stores silicon, that stores carbon. This will store We still need to empty these out so that we can get our second ice storage up here. Okay, that looks like how I want everything to be. Oh balls, we accidentally disconnected this from the road. Drone bay goes here. I don't think we have the room for the alternate life center yet, or the other house that goes there. No, we need that gone. Everything is optimal. We're not going to overload ourselves on crew over here yet. So one of the reasons I want to move this first is because there's going to be housing moved from over here. Basically there's going to be one here and a couple here, and then 3 or 2 additional industrial buildings down here, a second waste treatment, and then there's going to be a power plant.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, and we have arrived at our destination.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Probe launcher, 10 crew members. Let's pause for a second. Let's wait for both of our probes to come through. Or, actually no, we've just lost one of them, so that's fine. Probes have registered some interesting environmental data on P-51. Primary analysis reveals conditions similar to those found on terrestrial seabeds. These conditions may prove conclusive to the existence of life.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay. I don't really care about the ice, just the silicon. We have loads of ice still all over the place. Excuse me, that crack was my, not my knuckle, what is it? My heel. I'm sitting at my desk with my legs crossed. Which is comfortable, except for the fact that part of my leg is pressing up against the relatively thin glass part of the desk. You aren't working overtime, are you? No, you're all fine. Okay, there's our probe. More silicon. Once I have these built, and these emptied, which might be the next thing we do, we're not going to be able to get any ferrite in here at the minute. We'll need to empty this first, but before that we need to empty this so that we can get the ice out of it. So let's tell these to start dismantling.
Probe has completed its scan.
Hopefully that won't void the carbon. We will have extra places to go. Okay. So the way I had this set up is something like that. No, that can't be right. I still don't want it to go for carbon and stuff, I just want these going for the silicone. Now we actually have a location to store it and a need to start reproducing it, or producing more of it. Okay, they're just outside the storm front, that's good. That's good enough. Some carbon and ice here. Don't know if I can get them both. Some more carbon and ice here. Oh, more ice. Okay, high priority is given to the ones over here. Not minding them yet. The other one's near the storm front. Accident, Sector 1.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, so we found all the planets. That'll be one new probe ready. We are out of all ferrites. We need these to empty into there. Once they've emptied into there, we'll set this to ferrite, which will also then start emptying into there. And then we'll build the one here and set that to ice. Working on the train station. What was the thing we made before the train station? Oh yeah, it was an upgrade to the EVA dock, wasn't it? Plasma cutter was maximising the amount of repair. Okay, we can actually turn another one of these off for the time being.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, good. Which way are you facing? Okay, do we have a spare storage bin at the minute that I can throw that into? We can, okay. Let's throw that into there, and then we can dismantle this. I think that's pointing upwards. Ah, no, it's pointing sideways. That's a pain. Okay, so the road ends up getting cut off immediately after the mess hall. All the way over to here. One of these here and one of these here. The road then comes down to here and come along here. Let's pause the construction of these for the time being. Let's get dismantling of this working. This here has high priority. This will become that. We're running out of ferrite, so we are going to have to start mining it soon. Okay, this bit's done, so let's pause. The drone bay is going here. assume this sector still isn't population. Of course it's not. Food stability. No, wait, what is it? Stability. Alternate life center. There. Population. House. There. And then drone bay goes here. With those built, we can take down this one and this one, because that's where the fire stations go in. I need to get these emptied so that we can replace this with a medium stockpile. Okay, with that done, we can then say, you stop storing that. You can stop storing that as well. You will store ice. Let's build this here so that we can throw the crew into there. Let's make that the highest priority. I actually don't want these being built because I want to use those circuits for other things. Actually, there's no point turning that off, just pause the construction. Okay, with that gone, that means that we can put the template for this here. And in fact, if we start, what's our population level like? That's sector 4. No, it's this one here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. If we take, dismantle that, dismantle that, resume that, resume that. I want to get these redesigns done. Is there any ferrite over here? I'm noticing a distinct lack of ferrite, and it concerns me slightly. Resources high. Let's focus that probe on just the carbon. You want to be swapped over to ferrite. You want to be swapped over to ice. It's turned off for the time being. These are being disassembled. Good. I want to start making sure we're recollecting some of our resources before yeah, I want to make sure we're recollecting some of our resources before we start doing things that will move the Stormfront again, which is why I'm not currently doing any research. Okay, you do not need to be on. We only need to turn you on when there's actually a fire. we have the crew to run the alternate life center? I don't want to accidentally turn this all on and have it tick over to having too few crew. We're getting the silicon in, so I think it's safe to get those done. They're turned off, these are turned off. We'll have to keep an eye on it for safety's sake. Because if it ticks over and then immediately explodes, which it's been known to do, I want something to restore from. Okay, we have a fire truck in every sector. Okay, and you can... also start fetching that. Once all of this is done, we're going to need to, I'll do this in my own time, double check through the resource manager, make sure we actually have all the resources heading to everywhere it needs to go. Okay, that one's been built, so let's resume that one, dismantle that one, because these need to go over there. You want to be changed over to waste now?
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Sector 5, 3 crew members. There's no reason that can't go on. What can we do about this extra bit of carbon? I suppose what we can do is we can export the extra bit of carbon out. That says carbon storage over there is full, which is not strictly speaking true. We can manipulate this. If we say remove a little and we say over here store everything, and then we temporarily set that back to carbon. All we need is you to export 10. There we go. And with the 10 exported, you can now move that into there. Let's dismantle the DLS center. We can only move one of these at a time. Good, that's now gone, that's now gone. We remove this part of the road. That isn't how this is supposed to look. Ah, right, because we decided that that is how it would look. Okay. Factories, then we put this one back down here. And we're going to have waste treatment here. That one, however, we will pause the construction on. And with all of that sorted out, export everything over here, keep nothing over here. You hold ferrite, you hold ice. Population, you can be turned back on. I don't know about you, but we can turn these off. Circuits manufacturing again. We are very, very on the red line of having crew. 10 in there, that one's empty. There we go. Let's give us a little bit more buffer room. Okay, once that's worked, that can go up there. There's going to be one more housing block here. Silicon is coming in and being processed. We do, however, need to get this up as a matter of priority. Okay, that's gone down. We do need the DLS center being rebuilt. Ah, yes, we need to take down that part of the road. Okay, with that in place and that in place, we can probably, we'll let this, no, because we should be able to get this back for free. If we dismantle it, it should go immediately down. And we can do that, that. Maintenance building, we put that there. And then this goes here. That becomes circuits. This becomes ferrite. And all is right with the world. So that's the primary redesign for this area done. There's one more thing. Oh yeah, we're removing this one. That gets removed to go here. And we're adding another stockpile down here for a secondary store of hydrogen. Oh, Sector 2 lost a hospital. Can we turn the other one on? We can. Ah, we've not been doing our due diligence of keeping the probes firing. Okay, good. They are going at it. There's loads of carbon out there, but once again, once this is done, and we can start producing again. that is done. Good. So we can go... This wants to go here. That is going to be population. This wants to be deconstructed.
A probe has completed its scan.
This is high priority, so don't give the thing to that. I think the redesign of here is done. It's a lot more messy than it used to be, but I'll take that. I'm glad it's transferred from here to here first. Sector 3, food problem. Oh, balls, I know why. Okay, that fixes that. Sector 2's priority is to deliver food to there and there and then there and there. Okay. Sector 2 will get its food, or Sector 3 will get its food. Shouldn't be a problem. Neutral at the minute. I think it's that one for the industrial sector. Industrial Marduk, yes. Okay, what we then also need to do is move this part of the road here. We do that. This gains another one of these. This will be hydrogen. We can actually start moving hydrogen over to here now. Eventually. We have the circuits and everything we need for those. Crew numbers are fine. Once that's built, that can go into there, that can be deconstructed, and then everything is ready. Okay. I think this is a reasonable place to end for today. I'll allow some time to tick over, and I'll probably send a few more probes out. But we've got the redesign for Sector 3 basically done. All the buildings are down, we're just waiting for the resources. Redesign for Sector 4 is basically done, we're just waiting for this to get removed, and then there's a new building that we haven't researched yet in both sectors. We have our fire station in every sector now. Turned off in all cases, but fully built. We started finding and collecting the resources. What kind of amounts are we looking at the minute? Okay, we've got 1,000 ferrite out there. At the minute, we don't currently have a place to store it though, so we're going to need to be careful about that. There's a non-zero chance we're going to start running low on it or run out on it, but we'll see. We've not started mining the carbon because we have an overabundant store of it. We do need the silicon, but we're working on that. And we have a lot of hydrogen that we will eventually start getting. But anyway, we shall leave it there for today. Where's our planet? There's our planet. What's with these weird splotches? It's some kind of texture gone wrong. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.